What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Nvidia Corporation with the ticker symbol NVDA. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So let's take a look at Nvidia. You can see that it was trading sideways for about a couple of weeks right here, starting from this big red candle from March up until probably about early to mid-April. Early to mid-March to early to mid-April, so about 1 month of sideways trading. We can represent that with the channel. A sideways channel is known as a range. So you see that this is the channel right about here. You drag it up, and you see that's kind of where the support was at. So right around here looks like support right around the 842, 843, resistance right around the 960, 961. So what happened was that price made a large dump down. It made a correction up. But since this correction was lower than this one, the swing is lower than the previous one, that can start the next leg down, and that's where price bounced off of at the lower side of the range and the measure move target. So price bounced up, found resistance again, and then made another leg down. So this is all one leg right here now. This could be considered basically just a double top right over here. So we can just use this as one impulse down, and then you see that when price bounced, we started the second impulse, and that's basically exactly where price reversed off of. So you can see right at the tip of this arrow, that's where price found support and then reversed. So this was considered a failed breakout by the bears after reaching the measurement target. So that tells me that the buyers can step back in the market to drive up the price, which they did. So the buyers had two small legs up. This is one leg up right here. This was the second leg up. Price met the target, corrected lower, but it bounced from the orange support or the support at the 841, 842 level. So that tells me that we had a failed breakout, because price came back in the support level and held it, and it's continuing to push up higher. So this looks pretty good to the upside. You can see that the bears had this downward trend line working in their favor, but now we are outside of it. Even if you draw it really shallow, this is probably the shallowest I can go, something like that, and we're still outside of it. So so this looks pretty bullish that price was able to come back inside of this yellow range or this orange range, break the downward trend line, come back to back test it, the downward trend line and the range support, and continue moving up higher. So that tells me we could be making a larger leg up. This is one leg right here. If we start the second leg, it's starting the top side of the orange range at the somewhere in the mid 900s, and you see that we have this bullish trend line also in play. So basically, you see that the bullish momentum is still strong. We're staying above support. We're staying above the EMA. We're staying above the trend line with the measured target in play. This is looking pretty good for the bulls. I would be pretty surprised if we just start dropping right now. This looks pretty bullish as of right now. We can go on like a smaller time frame. Let's just go to the 1 hour, and you'll see, the channel develop towards the upside. So you can see that price is making higher highs, higher lows. A low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So it looks like we are trending up higher in the short term. So that looks pretty good to the upside. Now we take like a more longer term look at this. Definitely getting a little bit overextended with that earnings report coming up sometime in May of late May. So by the time price is at resistance at the top side at prior all-time high, that could lead to a drop down. We'll have to wait and see. But as right now, short term, I would be bullish for Nvidia. It looks pretty good. Weekly chart also looks pretty good. You can see that we had a strong bullish week a few weeks ago, and again a very bullish week. So this looks pretty good at the upside. Looks like we pulled back to that EMA. Exponential moving average. Price eventually comes back to it in these strong pushes up, either in a sideways correction or a downward correction. Price does not like to be far away from it for a long time, and eventually we reached it. So it looks pretty good in the weekly chart. It looks like price wants to make a new all-time high. Let's take a look at the monthly and switch over to the log. We have to use the log anytime price is moving up rapidly. It just shows better. It shows the price in a better format. And you can see that price was building this trend line right here, bouncing off it several times, and then we kind of made a steeper trend line, and it looks like we could be making even more steeper trend line recently. So that looks like what price is doing. So it's getting steeper and steeper, eventually to probably a blow off top. Who knows when? If I use a mesh move target, well, I could probably use this one right here. That target was already met, so maybe we make a bigger one. And again, the price might be way too large. Yeah, this is not accurate. I don't think it's going to reach $8,000. It might, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't really have a good target, but I would just base it off on the trend line. As long as we're staying above this trend line that started back here in October 2022, then there's a good chance this will continue to push up higher and higher. So we started our first angle, second angle, now we got a third angle, and again, it still looks pretty bullish for Nvidia. Maybe I could draw a channel off of the lows, and we are right up against the highs of the channel. So you see that we're right up against the highs, but price still does not look like it's trying to correct lower. So we could see a breakout of the channel on the top side, a final push up before a drop. So either way, Nvidia looking pretty bullish, and I'm expecting higher prices in the short term now and the long term. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.